I pause for a split second. Eyes exchange. Breathing slows down. In the dry heat of that space, even the smallest movement can change the outcome, and the hunt begins. The morning sunlight over the Tanzanian savanna begins to grow stronger, making every small detail on the ground more visible. I gently crouch down to observe the lightly disturbed soil around a low tree. The tracks are fresh, very fresh. There is no loud discussion, just a brief hand signal. The formation immediately shifts out of familiar habit.
Carpet.
I arc slightly to the left. I move to the right to widen the viewing angle. I no longer move in a straight line, but form a soft curve, keeping enough distance to respond if the situation changes. The tracks lead into a thicker patch of grass. There, the ground is more deeply pressed, suggesting the animal increased its speed. Small clumps of soil are scattered along the direction of movement. The wind blows across, carrying the scent of dry earth and heated grass, and I quickly adjust my approach to maintain the advantage of the wind direction. My pace becomes faster, but remains controlled, each step carefully placed to avoid unnecessary noise. The atmosphere becomes noticeably more focused. Suddenly, a short sound echoes from ahead, not loud, but enough to break the rhythm of movement. I pause for a split second. The grass in front trembles slightly. Then a powerful motion appears in brief view as a wild boar bursts out from the low brush. The animal moves quickly and agilely, not running in a straight line, but constantly changing direction, using the uneven terrain and low shrubs to create distance. A thin layer of dust rises behind each stride, blending into the strengthening sunlight. My response happens almost simultaneously. I do not rush forward. I spread slightly to both sides to control the space, keeping a steady distance to maintain my own line of sight. I hold the forward direction. I widen to the side to limit the animal's natural escape paths. Every movement is coordinated, with no impulsive individual action. The distance between the wild boar and me shifts constantly, narrowing and widening within tense seconds. A decisive moment comes when the animal slows briefly in an open gap between two bushes. Focus reaches its peak, and action is taken when the viewing angle is clear and safe for me. Everything happens quickly, cleanly, and decisively. The wild boar continues moving a short distance before gradually slowing down. I do not step forward immediately, but remain in place, observing carefully before approaching one step closer. My breathing grows heavier after the intense movement under the harsh sun, but calmness quickly returns. On the savannah, where the wind can erase every trace within hours, experience and coordination are the key factors. There is still a long way back to camp, and today's story is not over yet. If you're impressed by how we coordinated during today's hunt, hit like to show your support.
Hey. Come here. Come on.
Quay acha, qua không.
A clean patch of ground in the camp is chosen as the starting point for preparation. Without any clear verbal assignment, I naturally step into my familiar role. The movements unfold calmly and in order, like a process repeated across many generations. Each action is decisive yet unhurried, reflecting skills built through long-term experience.
Maybe 1 liter of honey. Yes, they get one of this.
The food is placed at the center, where I can access it easily. The handling steps are carried out carefully to suit the natural conditions of the savanna, where there are no modern preservation methods. Focus is visible in steady eyes and consistent hand movements. There is no noise, only brief exchanges when necessary. The embers are arranged evenly nearby. I take responsibility for maintaining the fire at a steady level, ensuring the right amount of heat for the next stage of preparation. The orange glow reflects softly on the dry ground, creating a sense of warmth in the vast open space. Thin smoke rises, drifting gently with the dry breeze of the semi-arid land. Around the preparation area, I begin to gather. I help organize the space. I observe and learn. I sit close by, watching each step attentively, remembering how I handle the food carefully and systematically. For me, this is a practical lesson in coordination and shared responsibility within the community. The portions are arranged neatly and divided reasonably to support the cooking process that follows. Everything moves smoothly without rush or display. The most important thing is ensuring quality and safety at every stage. In a natural environment like this, experience plays a decisive role. The atmosphere in the camp gradually becomes steady and rhythmic. The sound of dry wood added to the fire blends with quiet conversation, forming the familiar soundtrack of daily life. From the initial handling to each careful preparation step, everything moves toward a common goal, being ready for the moment when I sit together and share. At this stage, the hunt is no longer a challenge out on the savannah, but a continuation of the community circle. The outcome is prepared with respect and care, just as I have sustained a resilient rhythm of life in nature across generations. Would you like to see more hunting journeys or moments gathered around the fire? Comment below. When the preparation is complete, the central area of the camp gradually becomes a natural gathering point. The embers are kept steady, and the orange flames flicker gently in the dry savanna breeze. The surrounding space seems to narrow within that warm circle of light, forming a soft boundary between the vast wilderness and the familiar rhythm of my daily life. The movements around the fire unfold steadily and with intention. Food is placed in practical positions with just enough distance to maintain consistent heat. Every action reflects familiarity with the natural conditions here, where everything must be done at the right moment, neither too early nor too late. Thin smoke rises, drifting lightly with the wind and fading into the still bright sky. The atmosphere gradually shifts from focused to relaxed. The pace is no longer as urgent as it was out on the savannah, yet it does not slow completely. Everything settles into balance. Footsteps around the fire grow lighter and more even. The sound of dry wood added to the embers creates a soft, steady crackle, like a subtle rhythm beneath the gathering. When the meal is ready, sharing happens naturally and clearly. The food is placed at the center of the circle, where I can join in. There is no rush or crowding. I receive my portion in a familiar order, like a routine that needs no reminder. The simplicity of the distribution reflects a shared spirit. Today's outcome belongs to me. The firelight continues to flicker, reflecting on the dry ground and the low tree trunks nearby. The wind moves across the savanna, carrying warmth from the center outward. The vast space no longer feels empty. Instead, there is a clear sense of a connected circle. The meal unfolds in a steady rhythm. There is no need for complex rituals or display. What stands out is the natural harmony of my movements in each small gesture. From sitting closer together to passing portions back and forth, every action happens with ease and trust. After many hours under the dry grassland sun, this moment brings a sense of completeness. not simply because of satisfaction, but because the process of the entire day has reached a point of balance. From the challenges on the savannah to the steady rhythm by the fire, each stage connects seamlessly. The savannah gradually softens as the light lowers. The wind continues to move through the low shrubs, but the circle around the fire keeps its warmth. There is no clear signal marking an ending. Life simply continues in its natural rhythm, from preparation to cooking, sharing, and quietly transitioning into other familiar camp activities. In the vast space where nature is always changing, this sense of stability becomes the foundation of life. The hunt has concluded, yet the circle of community continues, just as I have sustained it day after day on the wide, dry savanna of Tanzania. A day on the savannah comes to a natural and fulfilling close. The hunt is not only a test of speed and focus, but also a journey of coordination and sharing. If you enjoy authentic stories about hunting and gathering life in the vast wilderness, don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next adventures with me.